You think you can recognize a toxic person right away, don't you? Most people do. But here's the truth. You're wrong. Toxic people don't walk in waving red flags. They don't shout. They don't push you around. They smile. They're polite. They sound kind. They sound caring. And that's what makes them dangerous. Because instead of attacking you, they ask questions. Not harsh questions, not obvious ones, simple questions, normal-sounding questions. But those questions are not innocent. These questions are traps, and if you don't know how to hear them for what they really are, you'll fall straight into them. You'll feel confused, you'll feel guilty, and slowly you'll start believing that you are the problem. But you're not, they are. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 questions toxic people almost always ask. I'll show you why they're so harmful and what to say when they're thrown at you. Because once you hear these clearly, you won't be fooled again. Let's begin. Question 1. Why are you so sensitive? Picture this. Someone says something that hurts you. Maybe it's a joke that cuts too deep. Maybe it's a comment about your appearance, or something you worked hard on. You don't stay silent. You speak up. You say, hey, that hurt. And instead of apologizing, instead of listening, they look at you and say, why are you so sensitive? Pause for a second. Do you feel that shift? Suddenly the focus isn't on what they said anymore, it's on you. You're not hurt, you're too sensitive. This is not an accident. It's a tactic, a quiet one, a clever one. They're teaching you to feel ashamed for having emotions, as if caring means you're weak, as if speaking up means you're dramatic. But here's the truth. If something hurts, it hurts. That's not weakness. That's being human. When someone calls you sensitive, they're not describing you. They're trying to silence you. And here's why it works so well. The moment they say it, your mind turns inward. You start asking yourself, am I overreacting? Am I too emotional? Should I just toughen up? And just like that, you stop thinking about what they did wrong. You start questioning yourself instead. That's exactly what they want. Toxic people understand something very well. Most people are afraid of being seen as weak. So they push, they poke, they say hurtful things. And when you react like any normal person would, they act surprised, as if you are the problem. So what do you say? You say this, calmly, I'm not too sensitive. You were being rude. No apologies, no explanations. Because healthy people listen. Healthy people reflect. Healthy people change. Toxic people don't. They blame you for reacting. So if someone calls you sensitive, don't doubt yourself. Trust how you feel. Question 2. Can't you take a joke? This one hurts. A lot. It usually happens in public, in front of friends, in front of people you don't want to look weak around. Someone makes fun of you, mocks something you care about, laughs at your expense. You feel embarrassed. You feel small. So you ask them to stop. And they laugh. They shrug. They say, can't you take a joke? Now you're trapped. If you say no, you look uptight. Too serious. No fun. But if you say yes, they keep going. They keep hurting you, and you're expected to smile through it. Here's what's really happening. They hurt you, and instead of owning it, they hide behind humor. But listen carefully. A joke is only a joke if everyone is laughing. If it hurts, it's not humor. It's cruelty with a smile. This question is dangerous because it shifts the blame. Suddenly, the issue isn't what they said. It's how you reacted. You're too sensitive. You're ruining the mood. They flip the script, and now you're defending yourself. So what do you say? You say this. Jokes are supposed to be funny. That wasn't. That's it. Calm, direct, clear. Because real friends don't hurt you on purpose and then shame you for feeling hurt. Toxic people do. So when someone keeps saying it's just a joke, pay attention. That's not friendship. That's bullying, disguised as laughter. Question 3. Why do you always make things about you? This one cuts deep, because it usually comes when you're vulnerable. You've had a bad day, something scared you, something overwhelmed you. So you open up to someone you trust, and before you can even finish speaking, they interrupt. Why do you always make things about you? Stop right there. You weren't seeking attention. You were seeking support. But suddenly, you're selfish. This is called deflection. It's a way toxic people avoid caring, avoid listening, avoid showing up for you. Because if they can make you feel guilty for speaking, you'll stop speaking. You'll swallow your feelings. You'll stop asking for help. And that's exactly what they want. Toxic people hate when the focus isn't on them. So when you need something, they flip the situation. They make you feel wrong for having needs at all. But listen carefully. Sharing your feelings is not selfish. Asking for support is not selfish. That's what real relationships are built on. This question is so damaging because it teaches you something dangerous, that your pain is a burden, that you're too much, that you should stay quiet. So you do. You stop opening up, you stop reaching out, you carry everything alone. And that's not strength, that's survival. Everyone needs support. Everyone needs someone to listen. So what do you say? You say this: I'm not making it about me. And you let the silence sit because you are allowed to take up space, you are allowed to feel, and you are allowed to be heard. I'm simply telling you how I feel. That's it. No apologies. No shrinking yourself. Just the truth, spoken calmly. Because healthy people want to hear how you feel. They care enough to listen. They care enough to show up. They care enough to help. Toxic people don't. They punish you for needing them, and you deserve far better than that. You deserve people who genuinely care. Question 4. When did I ever say that? This one is especially dangerous because it makes you question your own sanity. Imagine this. Someone says something to you. Maybe they promise to help. Maybe they say something cruel. Later, you bring it up, and they look at you, confused, almost offended, and say, "When did I ever say that?" Suddenly, everything stops, because you remember it clearly. You know it happened, but they're acting like it didn't, like you imagined it, like you made it up. This is called gaslighting. It's when someone slowly teaches you to doubt your own memory, your own perception, your own reality, and it's one of the most harmful tools a toxic person can use. Because once you stop trusting yourself, they gain control. They can lie, they can break promises, they can rewrite the past, and you won't confront them. Not because you're weak, but because you're busy wondering if something is wrong with you. But nothing is. Let me tell you why this is so damaging. Your memory is how you understand your life. It's how you know what's real and what isn't. When someone interferes with that, they're not just disagreeing with you, they're shaking your sense of reality. You start thinking, maybe I forgot, maybe I misunderstood, maybe I can't trust myself. And that's exactly where they want you. Because if you don't trust your own mind, you'll start trusting theirs instead. So what do? You trust yourself. You trust what you remember. And you say calmly and firmly, "You did say that, and I remember it clearly." No arguing, no over-explaining, no trying to prove anything. Just stand your ground. Healthy people might forget things. That's human. But when they do, they say, "I don't remember, but maybe I did." They don't attack you. They don't mock you. They don't make you feel crazy. Toxic people do. So if someone keeps denying things you know happened, protect yourself. Write things down. Keep records, because your reality is real, and no one has the right to take that from you. Question 5. After everything I've done for you. This is the last one. And for many people, it hurts the most. Picture this. You finally stand up for yourself. You set a boundary. You say no. And instead of listening, they look at you, wounded, and say, "After everything I've done for you." That sentence hits hard. Instantly you feel guilty, ungrateful, like you've done something wrong. But pause for a moment. Real kindness doesn't come with strings attached. Real love doesn't keep a scoreboard. Someone who truly cares about you doesn't throw their past good deeds in your face. They don't use kindness as leverage. That's not love. That's manipulation. They remind you of what they did for you, so you'll stay silent about what they're doing to you now. They want you to feel indebted, trapped, unable to speak up, as if past kindness gives them permission to disrespect you. It doesn't. Doing something nice once doesn't give anyone the right to hurt you forever. So what do you say? This: "I appreciate what you've done, but I still have the right to boundaries." Calm, respectful, unmovable. Because here's the truth. People who truly love you want you to have boundaries. They want you to feel safe. They want you to be okay. Toxic people keep score. They remember every favor, and they turn your gratitude into a chain. If someone uses kindness as a weapon, that's not love. That's control. Here's what matters most. Toxic people don't always look toxic. They don't have to be cruel all the time. They don't have to raise their voice. They ask questions. Quiet questions. Polite questions. Questions that make you doubt yourself. questions that turn everything around. And if you don't recognize them, you'll fall for them again and again. But now, you do. You know the 5 questions, you know the patterns, you know how to respond. So next time someone asks one of these, pause. Breathe. And ask yourself, is this person trying to understand me, or are they trying to control me? Because that's the line. Healthy people ask questions to connect, to learn, to support. Toxic people ask questions to confuse, to blame, to make you feel small. Don't let them. Stand your ground. Trust your feelings. Use your voice. You deserve people who lift you up, not tear you down. You deserve people who respect your emotions, not punish you for having them. So protect yourself. Learn the signs. And never forget this. Real love doesn't play mind games. It doesn't manipulate. It doesn't control. Real love simply loves you. Period. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And stay with me, because there are more toxic behaviors you need to recognize. Stay safe, stay strong, and remember, you were never the problem. They were.